let's take a look at your Dracunculus medinensis. Okay, your Dracunculus medinensis, this one is the longest nematode of man. Okay, and so yes, it can go up as high as, as long as 1 meter, accordingly, up to 1 meter. The common name of your Dracunculus medinensis is Medina worm, guinea worm, fiery serpent of the Ceralites, okay, uh, dragon worm, and serpent worm accordingly. Okay, so those are the common names of your Dracunculus medinensis. As for the habitat, it inhabits your subcutaneous tissue and your cutaneous tissue accordingly. Okay, and so this one, it has intermediate hosts. You have your uh aquatic crustaceans. Okay, and so your aquatic crustaceans like your copepods and or your cyclops accordingly. Okay, that is for your Dracunculus medinensis. And as for the female, it is 840 mm by 1.5 mm and 21 by 0. For the males is 21 by 0.4 mm accordingly. And yes, okay, and so you have here your first stage larva. Your first stage larva is the rhabditiform larva that measures an average size of 620 by 15 micrometers. Okay, 620 by 15 micrometers. And yes, please note that the female, which measures 840 by 1.5 mm, it measures or possesses a prominent blunt, rounded anterior end. And yes, your female is ovoviviparous accordingly. Okay, this one is an illustration or an image of your Dracunculus medinensis. Okay, Dracunculus medinensis adult worm. Okay, let's take a look at the life cycle. Okay, and so the intermediate host again is aquatic crustacean. And yes, infection. Okay, and so is your accidental ingestion of crustacean infected with larva. Your infection to human again is the accidental ingestion of crustacean infected with larva. What larva? You have your third stage larva. Again, the infective stage of Dracunculus medinensis to humans, you call it as, it is the third stage larva. Once ingested, the larva is freed in the intestines. Again, the larva is freed in the intestines. And then what will this do? It will penetrate the intestinal wall and then develop in the body cavity or the connective tissue. Okay. Yes, that is for your Dracunculus. After maturation and copulation, the gravid female will migrate to the subcutaneous tissue, causing ulcer accordingly. With this, intestinal pressure and progressive senility will cause the body wall and the uterus of the parasite to burst. Once it will burst, it will release the larva. Okay, and so the larvae is released, and yes, this larvae will stimulate a violent allergic reaction that will cause a blister in the skin of the host. Again, the larvae will stimulate a violent allergic reaction that will cause a blister in the skin of the host, and this blister will eventually rupture, forming an exit for the larva or for the young worms, which will trickle out onto the skin surface accordingly. Okay, yan. Okay, and yes, once this blister, which is now ulcer, comes in contact with water, the ulcer ruptures and then will release the larva in water. And then what will happen is the larva is ingested by copepods, and then, yes, again, uh, the larva is ingested by copepods, and again, man ingests the water contaminated with cyclops or copepods harboring the infective stage. Again, the infective stage to man is your third stage. Okay, let's take a look at your uh, what you call this life cycle. Okay, and so accordingly, human will drink unfiltered water containing copepods with, of course, the third stage larva. Okay, and so the larvae are released when the copepods die, and the larva will penetrate the host stomach and intestinal wall, and then, of course, they mature and reproduce in the connective tissue. Fertilized female worm will migrate to the surface of the skin and will cause a blister. Okay, and so once again, okay, and so the uterus of your female worm will burst out, okay, and so to discharge the larva. Okay, and so the larva is released into the water from the emerging female worm. And yes, your first stage larva, this is the infective stage to your intermediate host. And your intermediate host, again, here you have your cyclopes, your copepods. And yes, the larva is the first stage larva is ingested by your cyclopes or your copepods, and then the copepods is or taken in by a human again. Okay, and so that is for your what you call this life cycle of your Dracunculus medinensis. Okay. Please note that rash, nausea, diarrhea, dizziness, and localized edema, these symptoms, they are brought about by allergic reaction caused by release of metabolic waste into the host system, of course, from the Conculus medinensis. The worms remain under the skin for about a month before a reddish papule develops. And then this papule rapidly becomes a blister, and yes, please note that local itching accompanies blister formation accordingly. And yes, often with an intense burning pain. Okay, and so once the blister rupture, allergic reaction usually subside. And yes, the site of the blister becomes an abscess, but then please note that the lesion heals rapidly if serious secondary complications do not occur. Okay, and so of course, bacterial infection may occur. Okay, and so in case there is a blister. Okay, and yes, if the worm fails to reach the skin, it dies and either disintegrates all or calcifies. Okay, and so also for Hydroconchylus medinensis, you have pseudoperitoneal syndromes and allergic manifestations in the mesenteries. And yes, okay, and so the toxic substances that is produced by your Dracunculus medinensis worm will produce local inflammatory reaction. Okay, and so yes, let's your blister formation appears at any location, and it will rupture, and this rupture will favor the escape of the larva. Okay, and so please note it's the escape of the larva, the first stage larva. Okay, as for the diagnosis, please note that visual observation of painful skin blister, okay, and so is utilized for the diagnosis. And please note that larva release may be induced when the cold water is applied. And yes, X-ray may locate the calcified worm. Okay, and so yes, adult Dracunculus medinensis worms may be recovered by observing infected ulcers for the emergence of the worms. And yes, you induce rupture of the infected ulcers by immersing in cool water to reveal the first, to free, okay, and so the first stage larva. And then, okay, and so as for the treatment, surgical removal of the worm, because there is no reliable method, what you call this, drug, okay, and so that is utilized to treat your Urocunculus medinensis. Still surgical removal of the worm. And yes, how will you do this? Or for slow, in case of slow withdrawal of the worm, by gentle traction and truly rolling the protruded portion, your steps in the worm removal. Okay, and so for the step 4, you have manual extraction of the entire worm by winding it around a stick or a similar item that creates a tension. Okay, and yes, once the worm is removed, the step is performed, which consists of applying topical antibiotics to the wound site as a protective measure against emergence of secondary bacterial infection. Okay, this one is an illustration of yeah, it's an illustration of a larva, okay, and so of the worm, okay, and so moving out. Okay, as for the prevention and control, eh, infected individuals accordingly must not be allowed to bath or wade in water used for drinking, and yes, refrain from for the prevention and control. Okay, and so please you make use of tube wells and hand pumps. Okay, and so this will preclude infected persons from entering the water of ponds and step wells. Okay, and so because again, okay, and so in cold water, the larva accordingly is will move out. Okay, and then what else? Of course, okay, and so health education, and then what else? Okay, and so early containment accordingly. Okay, and so bandaging of the lesion and vector control. Okay, and so vector control, you have chemicals that will kill the coke pods accordingly. Okay, and so aside from that, you boil water and refrain drinking from suspected water source, suspected infected with the Dracunculus medinensis L1 larva water source. And yes, individuals must not be allowed to bathe or wade in water used for drinking purposes. Okay, that is for your Dracunculus medinensis. Thank you and see you around, or tara, akyat tayo.